Hello and welcome back to Bamboo Batu, another exciting episode about bamboo facts and fun. If you love bamboo like I do, please check out my website, bamboobatu.com. Hundreds of free articles. Also have this YouTube channel, which you can subscribe to. We always like new subscribers. So click the button down below. We appreciate that. Today we're talking about bamboo as the super optimal alternative to single-use plastics. Just like there are a few things on earth I love more than bamboo, there's almost nothing I despise more greatly than single use disposable plastic. All those bags and utensils and cups and wrappers that end up usually in the trash at best, or at worst, they end up in the ocean, choking marine life, doing horrible things. And so bamboo is a great remedy for that. As I have said many times before, bamboo can probably save the planet. And we like to focus on all the many positive benefits and co-benefits of bamboo products, bamboo cultivation, bamboo horticulture. It's an amazing plant with so many uses. But sometimes before we can really delve deeply into those benefits, we need to take a closer look at the horrible problems, the horrible problems for which bamboo provides a solution. And in this case, that horrible problem is plastic, single use, disposable plastic, plastic that so often ends up right there in the ocean. There are more than 300 million tons of plastic produced in the US each year. 300 million tons. And about 14 million tons ends up in the ocean, according to the Department of Interior. So we have these huge garbage islands the size of the state of France or the state of Texas or the country of France, which are roughly similar in size. And there are several of them actually between the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean. I think the largest one is the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, somewhere between California and Hawaii. It's drifting out there. And it's got its own habitat, it's got its own wildlife. It's like an island with its own weather patterns and everything. It's insane. It's a lot of garbage. And so we don't want to have all that garbage. We want more solutions. But there are some horrible statistics about plastic use. But before we get into that, let's take a moment and pause. Think about something you're grateful for. Think about fuzzy little cuddly panda bears. Think about the fuzzy stuff in life because it's about to get kind of gruesome. So, statistic number one about plastic from the World Economic Forum: about 40 million tons of plastic waste generated in the US in 2021. Of that, a pitiful 5 or 6% was actually recycled. So, all those plastic products, they always have the little recycle symbol on it. And we've all got our little recycling bins in our kitchen next to the compost and the garbage. And so we always religiously separate our plastic from our other trash. And yet only 5 or 6% of it actually gets recycled. And so maybe we're better off, instead of recycling plastic, replacing our plastic with something else. Like bamboo, maybe. Number two, between the years 2019 and 2020, there was a 5.7% overall decrease in plastics recovered for recycling. That's actually a reduction. So, as bad as recycling rates are, they're actually getting worse. So, that's slightly depressing. Factoid number three: about 98% of single use plastic products are made from fossil fuels. If you didn't already know that, this is where we get plastic from. It's made from oil, petroleum, or sometimes natural gas. And these are non renewable resources that we take great pains to extract from the earth through a variety of environmentally unfriendly practices. And so, once again, we are screaming for an alternative. Number four: every hour, 2.5 million plastic bottles are thrown away in the US. 2.5 million bottles every hour. think about that. Item number 5, between 75 and 199 million tons of plastic are currently in the oceans. So it's pretty wide range. It's pretty hard to come up with an accurate number on that, but somewhere probably north of 100 million tons. 100 million tons of plastic just floating around in the oceans. I know the ocean seems like huge and endless, but eventually, at this rate, it will be filled with garbage. Kind of a terrifying thought. Last but not least, plastic bottles and utensils take upwards of 450 years to degrade. That's almost 500 years for it to break down. And the really scary part is that when it does break down, it doesn't break down and return and biodegrade into nature, but it just breaks down into tiny little particles. The particles just get smaller and smaller. And that's why today we find microplastics in pretty much every river on Earth, every piece of seafood. I think every newborn child already has microplastics in its tissue when it's born because there's so many microplastics in our environment. It's a horrible, horrible thing, which is why we love to think about bamboo. Because bamboo, if it's not the solution, it's definitely a solution and a really good alternative instead of using these non-renewable, non-biodegradable, toxic, unrecyclable plastic products for everything in our lives. We could be making utensils, we could be making plates, we could be making cups, we could be using bamboo packaging materials, all much more sustainably. So why would we use bamboo? Let's go down those reasons. First of all, bamboo is super renewable. It can be harvested continuously once established. It does take a few years, maybe 5 or 6 years, for a bamboo grove to become fully established and mature. But from that point onward, you can be harvesting about 20% or so of your bamboo poles every year. And you can do that for decades without having to replant or clear cut or anything like that. You just go in and selectively harvest, and the bamboo just keeps on giving. Super renewable. Straws, utensils, cups, to-go containers, packaging, even bathroom tissue paper can all be made from bamboo. These are all great renewable alternatives to plastic. Bathroom tissue paper, of course, is not made from plastic, as far as I know, but it is usually made from trees, which have to be cut down. And bamboo, because it grows so much faster, you don't have to wait 30 or 40 or 50 years for it to be replaced, unlike trees. And so bamboo is a great alternative to that, but especially as an alternative to all these plastic utensils that are floating everywhere, literally floating. Number 3, bamboo products can be made to be cheap. You can have cheap disposable bamboo utensils, or you can have high quality durable bamboo utensils. There's a wide range of processing techniques and methods that can be used to create a wide range of product quality. So, although I don't like disposable products, sometimes it makes sense to have something cheap and disposable, but disposable in a way that can be composted and biodegradable, unlike these cheap disposable plastic items that never really biodegrade. And finally, like I just said, bamboo is 100% biodegradable and in most cases compostable. So you can take that bamboo plate, the disposable, low quality, lightweight bamboo plates and utensils, packaging materials, and toss them into your compost, and they will break down right there, along with your watermelon rinds and your yard trimmings and all that other stuff. And eventually it will become great compost for your garden. So, yeah, bamboo, it's a great thing. Stop using plastic. Make stuff out of bamboo, please. Tell them I said it was okay. And don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends. Make bamboo butter your new favorite. And if you want to talk to me in person, leave a comment down below. Message me through my website. And we can talk about bamboo all day long. Hope you enjoyed that. Found it informative, not overly depressing. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.